Welcome to the WA School of Mines Alumni Annual Graduation Dinner. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jane Finch and I'm your Master of Ceremonies this evening. I'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we meet today, the Wongai people of the Noongar Nation. I'd like to pay respects to the elders, past and present. We begin the formal proceedings with some acknowledgements. I'd like to formally welcome the Mayor of City of Kalgoorlie Boulder, Mr. John Bowler, and his lovely wife, Mary Ann Bowler. Lovely to have you. Mr. Kyron O'Donnell, MLA, Shadow Minister for Aboriginal Affairs and Member for Kalgoorlie, and your wife, Pam, welcome. Mr. Rick Wilson, MP and Federal Member for O'Connor, just down the front. Miss Wendy Duncan, MLA. It's always lovely to have you here, Wendy. Mr. Hugh Gallagher, CEO of Kalgoorlie Chamber and Commerce. Nice to see you, Hugh. Miss Sabina Shug, Sabina the miner, not Sabina the ballerina, AM. The Emeritus Professor, Odwin Jones, AO, welcome. Our keynote speaker for this evening, Jacinta Parsons, thank you so much for agreeing to speak to us tonight. The Acting Curtin Chancellor, Mr. Steve Scudamore, and the Acting Curtin of Vice Chancellor, Professor John Cordery. Thanks also to the WASM alumni partners and sponsors to provide this amazing evening. Your continual participation and support is very much appreciated. To our premium partner, Sandvik, thank you. Our graduation dinner sponsors, Rock and Pie Bar, thank you very much. We're all going to really enjoy our dinner. Our scholarship donors, Burncart and Davey Bickford, and our annual sponsors, Northern Star Resources and Xylem. And last but not least, thank you to Curtin, especially all your fantastic event staff for helping us with this evening tonight. The room looks amazing. Thank you. It's now a pleasure to officially welcome you to this year's WASM Alumni Graduation Dinner. Tonight's event will celebrate the 2016 WASM graduates, honour our 50-year graduates, and recognise our WASM Gold and Silver Medal winners. I would like to ask the class of 2016, all the graduates, to please stand. Congratulations, guys. Massive effort. You've worked really hard to be here. Enjoy the evening. It's now my pleasure to invite the WASM-A Chairman of Northern Resources, Mr. Bill Beeman, to the stage to officially welcome you all to tonight's evening. I hand over to Bill.
Thanks for that, Jane. And Rel did say from Saracen that when the bar tab does run out, he'll put the Saracen Mineral credit card over the line. Thanks, Jane. Jane's actually taking leave from us soon, apparently. She's off to Conquer, Nevada. So hopefully you wave the WASM alumni flag over there in front of all the North Americans. So well done on your position with Newmont. Congratulations. So I'd like to welcome our premium partner, Sandvik. We owe them our sincere appreciation for becoming our major financial sponsor. They've donated a lot of money over a number of years now, and without their support and some others I'll mention, we don't get to hold events like this and run an association. So thank you very much, Sandvik. To Pie Bar, our principal sponsor, every year Dave Norton and his team support us, and I did hear a few graduates, I think, going your way that just in the enrolment list today. So you, Burncut and Barminco, stole the show a bit today. But that's great. Going with a good house is getting that skill sets is fantastic. So thank you very much to Pie Bar. To Ruck, sorry, my voice is a little bit croaky. I was presenting in Sydney yesterday and, yeah, spoke too much. But to Ruck for coming on board as sponsor for tonight's event. Thank you, Barry and Lawrence, for your support. We can't have an event like this in a setting like this without your support, so thank you very much, Ruck. And that would be the first half of the bar tab tonight. To Wasm, Curtin, Burncut, Northern Star, Xylem, David Bigfee, Redpath, and to all our donors and sponsors, we're in your debt. I'd also like to welcome our keynote speaker tonight, Mr. Jacinta Parsons, Operations Manager at BHP Billiton, Campbell down the road here. And she also has another title. She is the wife of an up-and-coming star for Northern Star. But you'll listen to her later on, and it'll be a very engaging speech. To John Quarterly, she already mentioned the Pro-Vice of Curtin University, and obviously 2017 Life member of the Alumni. Happy to announce that Sabina. Oh my God, I haven't done that for a decade. To Sabina, she is our Life member. I'm happy to proudly announce that tonight. And of course, we've got two representatives from the Wasm Alumni Patron Group here tonight. Former member of Kalgoorlie, Wendy Duncan. It takes him a little bit to get past that point. And Obwyn Jones and his wife Anne tonight. So thank you very much for coming. Look, it's an honour to have everyone here with us tonight and all other distinguished guests. It's great to see you, and a special mention to my wife who tagged along tonight. Thank you very much, Karen, for coming. As President of the Alumni, I'm delighted we now have the 2016 graduates as our latest members. You know, the younger grads bring new ideas and energy, not just to the alumni, but to the industry most importantly. And they obviously elbow us oldies out to the sidelines as they make their way to the top. So good luck out there, guys and girls. The Wasm Alumni is really not like any other alumni that you'd come across. You know, we're coming from a smaller school within a university the size of Curtin. That's allowed the graduates to remain as friends and part of the family. And it is a very strong family, the alumni worldwide. Even if this family is now nearing 8,000 members. We're so much stronger as an independent group, and we can offer so much more to our Wasm students. Our purpose as an alumni is to keep you all connected. And trust me, when you graduate, you probably won't hear from us for 10 years, or you won't want to, but you will come back in the fold. We all did. On a slightly more serious note, I spoke about the plans for the city of Kalgoorlie as the right location to set up a global centre of excellence for mining education, training and research at the graduation lunch that was held in Perth in February. I would like to reiterate our commitment to that goal, working alongside all stakeholders, Curtin and industry and community. Despite or instead of the politics, we can make this happen, and we will make this happen. It will be the best outcome, not only for Wasm, but for the resource sector and the state of Western Australia. Now, please join with me to welcome the Pro-Vice of Curtin, Mr. John Quarterly. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill, and good evening, everyone. Before I start, can I too acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we meet, the Wongai people of the Goldfields, and pay my respects to their elders past and present. Really delightful to be here again this evening, and I'd like to thank the Wasm alumni especially, both for giving us the opportunity to provide an update on what's happening at the WA School of Mines, but also for their generous and ongoing support for educational activities in mining. I'd like to especially acknowledge distinguished guests. We've had a special welcome, so I won't go through and ask each to be acknowledged in turn, but please acknowledge and congratulations to Sabina on that lifetime award. I would particularly like to acknowledge the 2016 Wasm graduates and their guests. Fantastic, a great achievement. So great to hear the bios being read out and the wonderful achievements for the lifetime. So the WASM graduates and their guests, really fantastic. The 50-year WASM graduates and their guests, that's such a wonderful thing. It's such a pity that we can't do that at our larger graduation ceremonies. It's such a fantastic way of acknowledging the wonderful contribution of these people with a lifetime of education and work behind them. It's really fantastic. There was alumni members, there was alumni council members, including President Bill Beeman, VIPs, partners and sponsors. The WA School of Mine and Curtin University staff, which include the Acting Chancellor Steve Scudamore and the WA School of Mines Director Professor Sam Spearing. Welcome everyone and thank you for attending. So today is really all about celebrating and recognising the achievements of our excellent graduates. The WA School of Mines, as we all know, has such a long and proud history of producing excellent graduates and of supporting an industry that really is absolutely critical to Western Australia and to the nation more broadly. The school is currently the largest provider of graduates in mining and geosciences in Australia. It educates around 30% of our mining industry professionals. It's just a fantastic contribution that this school, the small school, makes to the nation. This year, we celebrate what we are referring to at Curtin as 50 years of innovation in teaching, research and engagement. It's 50 years since the WA Institute of Technology was established, which then evolved into Curtin University. As we do so, however, we're deeply conscious of the fact that the WA School of Mines has been part of WAIT since the beginning, but of course it has its own long, proud history since 1903. Much of the strength and character of the sophisticated and industry-engaged and global university that Curtin is today can be attributed, I think, to the profile and reputation of this WA School of Mines. I acknowledge and thank the input of many of you in this room who have contributed to the fact that we have so much to celebrate in our 50th year. And as I reminded you earlier at the graduation ceremony, our graduates in our 50th year should carry this particular legacy with great pride. The WA School of Mines alumni has a long tradition of hosting an annual dinner for our graduates in Kalgoorlie. Along with turning out another cohort of excellent graduates, many of whom are with us today, the school has enjoyed a number of other highlights throughout the year. We were just talking earlier with a number of the guests about the subject rankings, the 2017 QS subject rankings, where we were ranked #1 in Australia and #2 globally for mineral and mining energy. That is an absolutely extraordinary achievement. Absolutely extraordinary. This year also, we renewed the MOU with the Colorado School of Mines. They're currently above us in the ranking, but we'll get there eventually. Also another amazing achievement, Professor Sam Spearing, who was Deputy Director, was appointed the Director of the WA School of Mines, and it's great to have you in that position, Sam, so thank you. And of course, in February, it was terrific to officially open the spectacular new Agricola student accommodation at Kalgoorlie, which I understand a number of people are sort of queuing up to actually reside in during Diggers and Dealers. And that's a fantastic new 180-bed facility and a refurbishment of the existing 48-bed facility, which expands the housing capability from 160 to 228 students, which is a fantastic resource. And as you drive by those wonderful buildings, it really does look really spectacular. That Agricola redevelopment was made possible by the state government's Royalties for Regions program, which invested $20 million, and Curtin contributed $10.8 million. So it's a great investment in Kalgoorlie. Following the tradition of naming the halls of residence at Agricola College after individuals linked to the goldfields, the new hall has been named Woodall Hall. This is in recognition of Dr. Roy Woodall, his outstanding commitment and distinguished service to the mining community of Western Australia in the Goldfield region and beyond. Woodall Hall joins the O'Connor, Moore and Hoover Halls. These upgrades combined with a sustained focus on research, are major steps towards enhancing the school's reputation as an international centre for excellence in education and research for the minerals industry. There has also been some great work undertaken by the WA School of Mines alumni in its collaborations with Curtin and with industry. So, in reflection, 2016 was really focused on strategically positioning the WA School of Mines, putting on a very strong footing for the future. Last October, the Vice-Chancellor visited the Colorado School of Mines to renew our MOU, as I've mentioned. And while she and other staff members, including Sam Spearing, were there, we also launched the Chris Byers Student Scholarship. As some of you will be aware, Chris Byers sadly passed away 3 days before taking up the position as Deputy Director of the WA School of Mines in Kalgoorlie. In an act of extraordinary generosity and belief in the mission of the School of Mines in Curtin, he had left the bulk of his estate to the university. That gift will fund in perpetuity a scholarship to enable a Colorado School of Mines student to visit Curtin for a semester, and a WA School of Mines student to do the same in the United States, which is really a wonderful outcome. I congratulate this year's graduates on completing their studies and welcome you as our alumni. You are at the start of a very exciting stage in your life, and I hope that you'll keep in touch with us, your university, no matter where your careers may take you. Can I wish you all the very best in your future endeavours? We will certainly follow your successes with great interest and pride. And also, I'd like to congratulate our 50-year graduates. We are so very proud of your achievements and absolutely delighted to be able to welcome you back to Curtin University. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill and Professor Corderay, for your speeches. That was lovely. And I think as we all sit here and reflect this evening, there are so many achievements that Curtin and Waslam have had, and it's such a great synergy between having a school in Perth and a school here in Kalgoorlie, and how we can leverage off that. So thank you for your inspiring words. And the entree will now be served.